Hey guys, I'm Chad. I am a champion bodybuilder, and I never lifted weights till I was 41 years old. So I enjoy fitness. I have several fitness clients. I'm a personal trainer. So I'm going to take you through some of my favorite shoulder workouts and my second favorite muscle group to work out. Now, I've talked to many girls, and without a doubt, the majority of our girls that I ask this question, what's the first thing you notice about a guy's physique? If a guy really looks good, has a great muscular body, what's the first thing you notice? And without failure, they almost always say shoulders. Now, I want to teach you how to build those round shoulders, those big old round delts, those cannonball delts that really bring out that V-taper and that muscular physique. Now, the shoulder is divided into 4 different muscle groups. You have got your front deltoid, you've got your side deltoid, you've got the rear deltoid, which goes through the back, and then you've got your traps, which are up on the neck. The goal when you're doing a full rounded shoulder workout is to hit every single one of those muscle groups and hit every direction of those muscle fibers. So let's start out doing the overhead dumbbell press. How would you do that? Now you can do this either seated or standing. I prefer to do this seated because you're going to be able to get more concentration on squeezing those shoulders and less on your abdominals and your lower body. You can have more stability. So if you're seated on the bench, you're going to bring the dumbbells up over your shoulders, not at a perfect 90 degrees, but just a little slightly less than 45, between 45 and 90 degrees at a neutral position. You're going to bring your elbows out to the side, not at full stretch, but just a little bit at a neutral position in. You're going to raise them up by contracting. Really try to develop that mind-muscle connection where you can just feel and think, I am squeezing this shoulder. I'm squeezing the shoulder. Bring them up. Do not lock your elbows at the top, but just keep them barely bent because you want to keep tension on that shoulder the entire time. Slow and contracted raises. So down slow, up, down slow, up. Remember to breathe in on the way down, to exhale on the way up, slow and controlled the whole time. Do not try to rep out as many as you possibly can, as fast as you possibly can. Quality of reps over quantity of reps every single time. You're going to do at least 4 sets of those. The first 2 sets, you're going to use lighter weight to warm them up. The second 2 sets, go up in weight to where you're barely finishing that rep scheme at the end. So let's go into the side delt. For side delt, my favorite is side delt raises. I like to do these standing. You can do these seated, but my favorite is to do it standing. The biggest mistake I see guys doing on this exercise, they try to lift too heavy. Even when I was going through training, my workout partner, his shoulders were massive and he's up there, raising some big old dumbbells, and I'd try whatever I could to keep up with him. And I was slinging the weights. Guys, you do not want to swing the weights. You want to move the weights. Concentrate on contracting the muscle to move it. Do not swing it. If you end up swinging it, they're going to come in front of you and you're going to raise them up. You're going to be hitting more with the back of the trap than you are the side delt. We are trying to target that side delt just right here. Inhale on the way down, exhale on the way up until you finish that rep scheme. Again, lighter weight for the first 2 sets while you're warming them up. Once they're good and warmed up, you're going to move up in weight and your rep scheme could go from 15, maybe down to 12 for the set number 3. If you're barely getting 12 on that set number 3, set number 4, you can try raising the weight again or staying at the same weight because at this point, the side delts are going to be pretty fatigued, but try to finish at least 12 reps on that 4th set. So to get the perfectly rounded shoulders, a big important part of that is that front deltoid, where that front delt ties into the pec. The way to do that is through the vertical movement of the arms. I like to do that by doing single arm dumbbell raises. There's 2 methods of doing this. We're going to hit them both. You're going to start with the dumbbell in a neutral position by your hip. You're going to raise it from the front, but you're going to come across the body to where the dumbbell is finishing almost parallel to the opposite shoulder. You're going to raise it up. Again, not swinging and go, hoo, hoo, like I see so many guys doing in the gym trying to look cool. Just raise, contract. It's down slow. Do one arm followed by the next arm. Do this for 12 to 15 reps, and you're gonna go straight into, from there, turning the dumbbells to where they are perpendicular to your body, and then you're going to raise both together straight out in front of you. Exhale on the way up, inhale on the way down, slow and controlled, really concentrating on squeezing that front deltoid muscle and building that mind-muscle connection for another 12 reps. You might have to go a little bit lighter on these than on that side delt because you're doing twice as many reps because you're hitting both angles on that front deltoid. All right, now let's talk about the traps. The traps is where I see a lot of guys get into trouble and where a lot of injuries can occur, specifically when it comes to doing shrugs. If you're gonna do shrugs, guys, make sure that when you're doing them, that you're gonna go heavier on these dumbbells because you can do more on shrugs than you can with any other part of the shoulder. But keep your neck down. Keep your chin tucked the entire time. Do not look to the side. Do not look up. That's the biggest way to get a neck injury when you're doing shrugs. Keep the chin tucked. You're going to hold the dumbbells at neutral at your hips. You're going to shrug up and back down in a circular movement. Up and back down. The temptation is going to be to raise your chin when you shrug. Do not do that. Keep your chin tucked. Raise up and down. Again, for 4 sets, 2 of them from warm-up, 2 of them from working, to where at the very end of that last set, you're barely getting that rep. Okay guys, so continuing on traps. In addition to doing shrugs, you can pair it with or do instead of a different exercise. And this is bent over side raises. You're gonna be bent over at the hip 90 degrees. The dumbbells are gonna be in front of you. You're gonna be holding them parallel to the ground. You're going to raise them up and squeeze by bringing your shoulder blades together. Think about bringing those shoulder blades together in the back when you contract that muscle. Again, slow and controlled reps on the way down. Do not bring them all the way down and do not clang them at the bottom. You're going to bring them to where you're always feeling tension on that muscle group. All right, guys, let's talk about the rear delts. Now, in my experience in the gym, the rear delts are usually the most underdeveloped on guys because they don't know how to attack them properly. If you're in the gym, you can do a reverse pec deck that will target those rear delts specifically. If you're at home or you just want to use dumbbells, the way to attack rear delts is in 2 different exercises. You're going to do, like we did with traps, bent over raises, but instead of bringing them to the side, you're going to hold the dumbbells in a reverse V grip in front of you to where they're almost touching, and you're going to bring them back and think like you're doing a capital V with your arms. You're going to be bent over, bring them up, really try to contract those shoulder blades together at that capital V angle. I call these reverse V flies. Remember to inhale on the way down, exhale on the way up. Slow and controlled. When you have finished that 12th to 15th rep, immediately take the dumbbells, go from a reverse V grip to a neutral parallel grip, still bent over. Now you're going to come straight back. Instead of at a V, you're coming straight back and up. Inhale on the way down, exhale on the way up. Really think of contracting that rear delt muscle until you cannot do another single rep. So you're supersetting these with those V flies. We're gonna look for a finisher. I like to finish off a shoulder workout with the side delts. Those are the ones that really bring out that overall cap. So to finish it off, we are just looking to get every bit of energy we have left out of those shoulders. So we're gonna do what I like to call surf the rack. You're gonna go to your dumbbells. You're gonna start with the heaviest one that you can do for about 10 to 12 reps. Okay, now at this point, you're gonna be pretty smoked. So remember, you're not gonna be able to do as heavy as you think, but pick a weight where you can do about 8 to 10 reps where you're barely getting that last one and go till you cannot do another one. And when I say another one, a quality rep. I'm not talking about one where you're having to swing it, but one where you're really able to lift it all the way. And when you can't do another one, you're gonna set those dumbbells down, you're gonna go down and weight. You're gonna pick the next weight down. You're gonna go do as many of those reps as you can do there. May not be able to do as many at this point because you're exhausted, but that's the point. Do as many at that weight as you can. Then set them down. Go to the next weight. Pick them up, do as many of those reps as you possibly can at that weight until you can't do another one. And when you're all the way down at the end of the rack, you're gonna do as many as you can right there, and maybe it's 10 pounds. But when you can't do another one, you're gonna start doing partial reps, barely getting it up, and you feel that burn, and it's burning, and it's burning, and it's burning. And then you set them down. When you're finally done, hold your arms out at a 90-degree angle and keep them elevated as long as you possibly can. In this, guys, fight the burn. It's gonna burn. Push that burn as long as you possibly can. When you think you can't do another second, do 3 more seconds until you cannot hold your arms up anymore. And when you can't hold your arms up anymore, you're done. Guys, thanks for watching. If you want to know more about how to get the best supplementation for your workout, go to peakbody.com, and I'll see you in the next video.